Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today I will do the reading for the 29th and 30th of August 2022, and this is general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to help it grow. If you're already here and want to donate, please find the donate button in the description box. If you can see that I have a smoke today, that's an incense that I burned for my dad. So I think it's quite nice because we can see the smoke probably running through the spread later on. Okay, so about the energies for Monday and Tuesday. Now, this is the last week of the holidays that are being given after the awakening period. So for a lot of people, if you in the holiday, the actual holiday, then please enjoy and take advantage of this moment to relax and start to think about the plan for the future. I mean the what coming next in your plan, because it's quite a good time for people to kind of relax and think in a clearer way. Now the reason why I say that, because the energy is gonna be in the favor for one word: interpersonal communication. So if you have someone in your mind, or if you uh, got some sort of like hiccup in your relationship or in the relation with people, this is a time that you actually can sit down and talk with each other clearly, communicate with each other about what is going on, what is still like holding back people from getting to closer to each other, or like making a clearer plan with each other. The reason why I say that, because the moon will be transit from Virgo to Gemini, to Virgo from Libra. So and the moon will conjunct with Mercury on the Sunday. If you remember about the week predictions, I say that the Sunday the sun gonna square with Mars, and the moon will opposite Jupiter. So that means that the expansion tendencies appears like to be on hold, but it's not, like to be forever. So this is like temporary on hold. And if we understand that, that means it's a time for us to think about, a more detailed action plan. Especially if you plan to do that with other people, then this is really encourage people to exchange the ideas, or even if you feel something still not right for you, um, it's the time to practice of the removal of the shadows, the shadow of the ego. So normally people will find, okay, this is a bit, and sometimes you feel like things a bit, how I say, irritating, something frustrating you, because other people quite not understand you, or for some reason they act in a funny way. But instead of sitting down and trying to like exchange that civilized civil communication, people tend to walk away, and because they always believe that I will find it my own way and I will do it better. That is actually the ego shadow that people forget about. So if you in that situation, don't because the energy actually designed to support people to be more open with what they're thinking inside. So this is the good time for you to sit down and solve any problems, even the very small details, because normally people tend to have problem with small details rather than the big problems. It's something irritating you, that is more annoying to you rather than the whole picture. So keep thinking about the big picture, the final goal, where you want to head to. You will find that how I say, more sophisticated ideas about things. And then if the more you communicate, the more you exchange what you're thinking, the clearer you understand, and you might find the way out just in a very random conversation, for example. So I hope everyone get it done there after this weekend, and Monday and Tuesday, the next 2 days. It is really in favor of people, but don't forget to treat it as a holidays. That's the key. If you know how to enjoy yourself and know how to appreciate the energies and the effort of people around you, you will get more closer idea to what you want to solve. Okay, now let's go to the cards and see what we have. Okay, so as usual, we will go to the Oracle card first to see what is the fortunes for 29th and 30th of August 2022. By the way, I cannot see the smoke coming here because it goes straight up to the ceiling. The room is very still, you know, so there's no air at all because I want to the voice not to get out of the windows. It's such a pity we cannot see the smoke. Never mind, let's get to the card to see what is the fortune we have. 43, Enlightenment. Enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective. See the divide in everyone. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See when the moon conjunct with Mercury, it's about the interpersonal, emotionally speaking. It allows you to exchange the ideas, how you feel, and people will do the same. So that is the blessing. Now, look from the higher perspective. That means that you have to be, how I say, bigger than your ego. That's when you practice the skill of killing your ego shadow, because that is one of the major problems that we went through the whole lifetime, and we have to practice that every now and then when it's required and asked you to do it. Sorry if you hear my dog barking. They are very naughty this morning. I couldn't even calm them down. Very hyper this morning. Okay, so once you see that final goal where you head to, then you will see which is the details that not necessary to be irritated by. That's what I was trying to talk about. And the cards come out exactly the same. Okay, now the second card we have is the oneness. Look for the common humanity. Invoke the Lemurian light. This is basically the two cards actually talking the same thing. So if we want the people to understand, or how I say, have that shared feeling like us, then we need to learn how to put ourselves in their shoes. And when you put yourself in their shoes, then you might see what they see. And if they see what they see, and you realize that they don't see what like like you see in them, and then you can explain to them. It's like you will have to go one step ahead to steer the boat, because remember the one of the reading I did before, I say that this is the time you step in, this is your era. So you become the leader, you have to take the leadership. And the people, that partner, right, it doesn't need to be a romantic partner, but whatever situation you're in, or whoever you're dealing with at the moment, you have to understand that you are the one who received the blessings of seeing things to be, because you are being awakened. You step into your enlightenment era, and then you are the one who's how I say, inspire, using that love, that's wisdom, to inspire people, to make them see the way that you see, because you see further, you see deeper, obviously because you are Sagittarius. So that is the card oneness is about. So when you can bring out that light and show people, inspire people, and they will even like love you more, because they will then inspired by you, look up to you, and you follow your leadership. Okay, but make sure you do that with the fairness. That's why when you see the oneness in everyone, you will know how to practice the fairness and the just. So you don't. So make sure that we don't become a dictator. Right? You don't want to become a manipulative person, because that is the wrong way to lead. The good leader is the one who lead with the heart. lead with the wisdom, and practice that fairness to everyone equally. Okay, now let's see the shadow what we have. The Trump of Lies. This is what I mean. The Trump of Light is about yourself, your ego, something about you that you actually knew about this already. Because if you have come this far, and if you have, like have the tendencies of spiritual growth, you will be aware of all these details of yourself. Because obviously that the tendency you are practicing at the moment is to trying to be better, to be more enlightened, right? So the charm of light is the advice from spirits that pay attention to your inner self, to see why you still irritated by something. Is that because of your ego, or because of the people did something that unacceptable? Because when they do something unacceptable, is a different scenario. Then it need re-education. It need how I say, um, um, kind of like re-punishment by, how I say, by carrying out the justice on the church, on the judgment of what they do. But if they do something that it's not quite something that unacceptable, it's not quite something immoral or stepping over the line, it's just something irritating, it's something that you might find it's confusing, hard to understand, then it's a time for you to utilize all the wisdom that you have learned to sort it out, and then you become the master. And once you become the master, obviously that the leadership will be given to you automatically, naturally. Okay, so that's the meaning of that. Now let's go to the love and romance. I expecting something nice for people, because it's like the time that you sharing that peace of mind. You share that all the achievement that you have earned, have gained with people. So it's a very intellectual time for people to sharing, love, feelings, emotion, friendship, relationship, partnership, and can start to make plan. Remember, it's all about interpersonal, how I say, exchange of feelings, of ideas. Okay, now let's see what we have. Wedding. Wow, what did I say? That's why I was thinking. I expecting something about planning. So if you in the process of getting to know people, then you will upgrade it, figure out, finalize all the details, the clarities of what still the problems, what stopping people, because you don't want to make some sort of like rushing decisions, or like make, you don't want to make decisions without thorough insight about the nature of what you and other people trying to build. So that, so if you in the relationship already, and if you already how I say, start the commitment somehow, it's also the time to think about a further, like a strategy, a strategic move here in the future, for being something more proper foundation. This is not about, the need or the crave for being with someone. This is about building a stability, so you can create that proper abundance for the new cycle, because obviously you now start to realize your soul journey task, the next goal, the next task of your journey. So wedding is also one of the big things around this moment for many people. You start to want to create something more, how I say, reliable, more proper, that you can rely on. So this situation involves marriage. So for many people, you will start to think about marriage about in next year. So a lot of people are gonna getting married next year. So congratulations to everyone if you in this situation, and please comment me your situations. It's just not for myself, it's also for other people, because a lot of people because this is the sphere, development tendencies of Sagittarius. Will follow the steps of the older one, of the older generations, and the younger one will learn from the mistakes of the older one to shorten the gap between the generations, and also to try faster and better, because because in the future they will have to lead the newer generation. Okay, so now let's go to, oh wow, the tarot card. The first card one that comes out, the Four of Wands. So a lot of people enjoys love, and see, in my week predictions, I already say love is in the air. No kidding. A lot of people will come back and comment. I say, I found love, I found my partner, I found my divine partner, whatever it is. There will be very successful time for many Sagittarius, and I'm so thrilled to see this. Congratulations to everyone. If you reach to this level, that means that you have done so well in your life so far, paid off everything, being brave, being how I say, non-stop learning without even noticing that you actually have learned so much. Okay, so the next card we have is the Star. Wow, what, oh, that means that your manifestations actually being realized, your wish is granted. So you are actually following the that leadership of the Northern Star now, the one that who guide you through the emotional roller coaster in the past few months. If you look back now, you see how far you have come, and how far you have been through things. And this is a blessing for Sagittarius, and that's why you're here with me. Okay, now let's see the next card, what we have. This is unbelievable. This is so amazing. I'm so thrilled to see this. Wow, what can I say? So you got everything's around you that, giving you that blessings. You start to see the opening of the new horizons, that kind of relief, the relaxations in your soul, in your inner self. All the healing is coming toward you. Now the Seven of Cups is also showing that you actually seeing that goal of where you're heading to, thanks to the foundations that you opened, that door you opened, especially if you meet your soulmate or your partner. This is so amazing. I have never seen any energy this peaceful and loving like this reading. Okay, so the challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. Now the challenge is, this is the challenge, the triumph of life. Do you guys see they are very similar, posture? Very similar in a way. This is so spirit trying to advise people. The only challenge is actually yourself. So you still have some sort of like leftover, the shadow that left over in you, that you need to just need to notice now. As long as you notice the issue that you still have, you will automatically know how to remove it without having to do anything. So it's not quite a big challenge here. It's just about trusting more about destiny, about the tendency, about the feeling of where you are being guided. Close your eyes, you will feel it. And think about all the details that are happening around you recently and right now, and you will see it clearly. Okay, so let's see what coming toward people. What coming toward people is the Ten of Wands. You will release everything that stopping you. It's like the feeling of unstoppable now. Finally, you realize what's stopping you is only yourself, and you will release it. This is amazing, because obviously that everything is about you now. You are the center of your own universe. Okay, so let's clarify this reading and see what we have. Now that's why I say Monday and Tuesday should be treated as the extended holidays, even Tuesday, because remember it's still August. So enjoy while you can. Enjoy the now. I really advise that. And don't forget to support me. Okay, now let's clarify the Four of Wands. We have the Justice. What can I say? This is like the divine timing, because you know, once the divine timing ticking in the past 2 months, everything will be in that order. You cannot miss it. You only miss it if you refuse to work on yourself, to refuse to receive the blessing. Now you receive the blessing when you resist to change it. That's when you will miss the divine timing. But that's why there's some people, you know, especially when people still trying to be toxic and, you know, being stubborn, um, they will be awakened later. But the sooner or later, you still have to do this process anyway. So why don't you do it now? Why you have to try into, um, I don't know, to be stubborn and suffer, because obviously that this actually happening. This is real. A lot of people going through it. A lot of people done it. A lot of people are doing it. So for that reason, other people will follow. As I say, if you remember at the very beginning of since I opened the channel, I say Sagittarius is actually a clan. Now the clan will have one leaders and they will lead the whole world, and you know, like it's ranked by the ranks. It's a hierarchy, so people will follow, and we rotate that around the world. That's why Sagittarius is all about movement. We travel, we're traveling the world, and we create that movement of energies. And when we create that energy of movement with love and light, can you imagine if the whole world, the whole Sagittarius global wide, if we do that at the same time, you think how you think about the energy of the world? It was spreading with love, with vibe, you know, with the light. That's when all the evil will be scattered away and pushed back to their world, the underworld. Okay, so number 6 is clarified. This is Six of Swords clarified for the stars. So so you are being guided toward your destiny. Just as simple as that. So this is quite one of the very straightforward reading. There's nothing hidden here, nothing's to explain, because everything being shown directly the way it's supposed to be. Now with the Seven of Cups is when you realize that you now fight your destiny, where you're heading to. You no longer lost. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords here is about the communication exchange. It's either you or the other person, but it's intertwined energy here, because the Seven of Cups is about collective. So you will gain all the clarities, all the details of, you know, like you realize that you were silly, or the people, or both of you realize that why we were so silly, why we let these things being an issue, because this is so small. It's just lack of communication, that's all. Okay, so now let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The challenge is yourself, but you're confident, that's the thing. You know that you got all the tools that you need. You're very confident that. So that's a challenge. How you step out of your own shadow, the ego. You just not realize that you still holding it. Once you know it, through the Page of Swords, through that all the details you gain, because that's why the universe put you and give you the opportunities to share time with each other, with people, so you have that time to talk, to see each other, the real, the real of each other, to see the real of each other. Okay, so the Ten of Wands is what coming toward you. So it's like you finally release everything that no longer making sense. The Emperor. So you actually have that person to be free too. The Emperor here is your soulmate. Remember one of the reading we had, I said the challenge was the Emperor, someone with it, like your ex or someone like that. So now they, but we cannot clarify on that day because I pulled 2 cards to clarify. So it was a 10 of wands or something like that. So it 10, oh no, it was a 9 of wands. So you cannot unlock that door to see it. But now they show you the answer here. So that Emperor is actually your soulmate, someone who's stuck, and now you can show them the way. You can release them through the communication. So this must be someone that you knew before. It's not your ex. I must say this is not your ex. Someone that you met, you knew, but you never had chances to kind of like quite understand them, because sometimes they acted in a way that is weird. Why people reacted like that? It's kind of silly, but it's not something like immoral or something that how I say, countable. Right, so if you have anyone like that, you will know that is your soulmate, and this is gonna be your divine partner. Okay guys, so before I go, one question, yes and no. If you don't have any yes and no question, please pause the video. Now let's ask the questions and hear the answer. The answer is no. Okay, so you know, see, the situations here is, I think some people confused now with someone that you think that, oh, okay, so this potential, this might be your partner because I'm feeling great. But love and excitement are totally different. Let me tell you this, the sign that you know when it is the potential for love. Love is someone that going through very similar journey with you, very common about everything with you, interest, habits, lifestyle, very similar but not the same, because they different signs, they have a different traits of, you know, the tendency. They will be slower when it comes to spiritual speaking. You will be the one who leads and show them the spiritual way to get awakened, and they will catch up with you very fast through your wisdom, because once you gain that wisdom, you will be the best tutor to anyone, because that's your real experience, right? Now, when the cards say no, means that you're asking about someone that you think about the excitement. Love is not actually create excitement. Love creates the freedom that you feel free, you can be yourself. You don't even have to think about anything. Love is when you feel that moment that, oh, finally, there's a moment that, you know, the brain actually doesn't think anything. That is when you know that is love. Now, if you're not reached that yet, you need to think, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm very happy with this energy. If anyone resonates with this reading, please comment, not just for me, just to show other Sagittarius, other fellows to follow. And don't forget, I will be online this evening at 8 p.m. the UK time. And I hope to see the more people this time too, and the new faces. And I will see you tonight, and goodbye for now. Bye-bye.